Well, our next guest comes on video. So I'm introducing Jing. I hope my pronunciation is correct. She's founder and executive publisher and editor-in-chief of the Chinese high fashion magazine Harper's Bazaar, jewelry magazine. It's really a high-end fashion and jewelry magazine in mainland China. She's a fashion critique. She's a contemporary jewelry curator. She's also an ambassador of the Guilin Gem Lab, and she's a guest lecturer of the School of Jewelry in Hunan, China. So, ladies and gentlemen, there is a short video for you to watch. It is in Chinese. I hope you have your Chinese in order, but go ahead and enjoy the video. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Jing, the executive publisher and editor-in-chief of Harper's Bazaar Jewelry China magazine. It is an honor to be invited by ICA to share some of the developments in the Chinese consumer market for colored gemstone. As the editor-in-chief of a fashion magazine for jewelry consumers, I'm sharing the content of female influence in the colored gemstone consumption in China. Allow me to begin with a brief introduction of Harper's Bazaar Jewelry magazine in China, which will illustrate why we can observe more of the current situation from the consumer level. Harper's Bazaar Jewelry magazine has been publishing in China for 40 years and is the most influential high jewelry fashion media in China. With the advent of the new media era, we have also entered the era of omnimedia. Harper's Bazaar Jewelry not only has a magazine, but also has its own social media accounts with high traction with fans, and continue to launch wonderful graphic and video content. There are also some many types of offline events, designer jewelry art shows, forums, private gala, and grand award ceremonies, as well as several education programs. We reach out to consumers in more ways and also bring them a greater sense of experience. Chinese consumption has really changed over the years. Let's take a look at the consumption of colored gemstone in China. Although colored gemstones only have a retail volume of 31 billion RMB yuan in a jewelry consumer market of 720 billion yuan, more and more colored gemstones are being loved and talked about the Chinese consumers. The big three, rubies, sapphires, and emerald, are of course still hotspots of market consumption and have been rising in price for the past 2 years. In addition, some other categories of colored gemstones have also received attention and are sought after, especially popular categories such as tourmaline, spinel, and aquamarine, with the price increase of 50%. Now let's take a look at the position of Chinese women in the consumer market. China has nearly 400 million female consumers from 20 to 60 years old. What is this concept? It close to the combination of retail market of Germany, France, and the UK. First of all, of course, because of the large number of people and the fact that in China, women hold a large share of the consumer decision in the household. It can be said that women are the most important group in the Chinese consumer market. In recent years, Chinese women had become more spiritually independent and financially independent. In China's female consumer market, the self-reward category already accounts for 50% of consumption, and pleasing oneself, rewarding oneself, or making oneself looking better and feel better inside has become the biggest motivation for women to buy merchandise. This is a big change from the former Chinese women's value of devotion to their families and to others, and this consumer preference has extended to more area. In addition to clothing, beauty products, and even in various areas such as household products, books, sports, technology, and electronic products also come from this perspective. Therefore, it can be said that pleasing oneself has become an important proposition for women and the largest consumer body in China. In all products categories, the same is true for consumption of colored gemstones mentioned later. So let's take a look at who are influencing Chinese over 30 billion yuan colored gemstone consumption. Because consumer behavior is the result of many guidance and influence. And the media, the PR of international luxury jewelry brands, celebrities, jewelry designers, local jewelry brands, they act with the influence each other, and so that the final consumer behavior is created and changed. First, let's find out who are buying colored gemstone in China. Unsurprisingly, it is of course the women who have the most spending power, with 40% of colored gemstone consumption coming from women, according to surveys. Different from gold and jade, the consumer group of colored gemstone is mostly under the age of 40 and is a well-educated, media and high-income group. Perhaps because of the wide variety of colored gemstones, a certain cultural threshold is still required to understand the knowledge about colored gemstones. Because of the rise of the internet and social media, there is an equal opportunity for people to become aware of colored gemstones. So, women in small cities almost share the same love for gemstones as women in big cities. As mentioned earlier, Chinese women have entered the era of self-pleasing consumption, so they buy colored gemstone jewelry for adornment, not to collect and show their status in front of others, as men do. After all, gemstones are still relatively expensive products. So women, when they buy that, they will focus first on the two important factors of quality and price, followed by design and brand. Chinese consumers still prefer untreated natural stones for colored gemstones, which has a lot to do with the promotion from media. So the 5 roles of media, PR of international luxury jewelry brands, celebrities, jewelry designers, and local jewelry brands are all making a big impact on the buying behavior of female consumers. And of these 5 roles, it is still women who take on the main work and are the most influential people. And it can be said that women are influencing women. Who has a say in consumption influence? The media, of course. Traditional media still has credibility, especially in the new social media era, where information is pervasive, but media with good reputation is more trustworthy. For colored gemstone fashion magazine, high-end lifestyle magazine, and credible website still have a voice. On the other hand, social media is pervasive in China, and several important apps have reached almost all the people with spending power in China. Let's see how powerful women are in these two types of media. First, look at our Bazaar jewelry magazine. The right-hand side of this is group photo of our editors. The title is Bazaar Jewelry Lady Group Riding the Tides. That is to say, 100% of our team are women. Of course, this is not so common in the fashion media, a little extreme. The following situation is common. in the world's most made fashion magazines, as well as in Chinese most influential local high-end lifestyle magazines. The situation is roughly like this. 90% of the magazine's editor-in-chief are women, and 80% of the magazine's editorial room are women. 90% of jewelry section editors are women. Among these magazines, women power is the most popular topic, and many of them have launched campaigns based on this concept. Jewelry has a very important presence in the presentation of these events, which of course includes a large number of colored gemstone jewelry. In the media, the qualities of colored gemstones are associated with the image of women. Both are charming and have a variety of splendor. This is an issue of our magazine with content on deciphering the similarities between the different gemstone colors and the different types of women. These women are celebrities, designers, novelists, presenting a very strong personal appeal. In addition to traditional media, social media also has a great influence. Xiaohongshu, for example, is the most popular lifestyle app for women in China, with over 200 million monthly active users, 70% of whom are young female users. When you search for the keyword colored gemstones here, 420,000 shares appear. The bloggers here share colored gemstones content in video or graphic form, with a roughly 1:5 ratio of men to women. Male bloggers are mostly gemstone traders. They share some knowledge and facts. Female bloggers combine fashion, gossips, and designs who are more popular among female users. Of course, the public relations activities and publicity of major international jewelry brands in China in recent years have also played a strong role in guiding the conception of colored gemstones in China. More and more colored gemstones are appearing in exhibitions, and these events themselves and the jewelry worn by the stars at the events are the most talked about topics. Let's go behind the scenes of the event. So, who is doing the work? The exhibitions, dressing the stars, and the press releases. 70 to 80% of people working in the marketing and the PR departments of these top luxury jewelry brands are women, a ratio that also applies to the two logos next to them, who are the most important PR agencies for luxury and watch brands in China. We just saw a lot of female celebrities wearing beautiful gemstones, and in China, more male celebrities have started wearing colored gemstone jewelry in the media and at events in recent years, which was unimaginable in the past. Such a beautiful bouquet-colored gemstone necklace, for example, must have previously appeared only on the neck of female superstars. The reason is also clear. Because the buyers and the users of jewelry are women, and many women are the fans of popular male stars. The only way for brands to cater to the female customers with the most spending power is to have male celebrities wear the jewelry in order to win the attention and favor of more females. Let's take a look at Chinese designers. More and more Chinese women designers are shining in the world of fine jewelry. On the left is the well-known Cindy Chow, known as the Chinese light of the fine jewelry. Her works are in important museums collections in France, the UK, and the US, and she has been invited to participate in the most important art exhibitions in the world. The middle one, Jing, is very low-key, but her work is very powerful, winning the Design Award of Couture Jewelry Show in Las Vegas for 2 recent years. The rising design star on the far right, whose work has also just participated in Sotheby's charity auction in Paris. It can be said that they have created a new design trend of colored gemstones in Chinese design world with their work. I believe there will be more excellent female jewelry designers in future because in Chinese universities, women accounts for 70 to 80% of jewelry design students. Finally, let's look at local Chinese brands. The number of small independent jewelry brands scattered in every city is also very high. And because they have relatively good profit margins, colored gemstones, which are not often found in local chain brands, are instead their main sales category. These stores are opened in shopping malls, office buildings, or on the street level, and are beautiful and very nice decorated with their own relatively stable clients. Most of these beautiful brand stores have beautiful and capable female managers. They are the founders, designers, and perhaps the most important sales directors of the brand. The hostess of these jewelry brands influence their guests very much, and most of these guests become her friends. How would I know this? Because we at Harper's Bazaar Jewelry magazine have done a project called Harper's Bazaar Jewelry Branding Class. In the past 2 years, to educate these independent small brands how to do branding, hundreds of brand managers have come to our classes, and we have had many conversations with them about their business. This is one of the graduation photos of one of these classes. Out of 25 brands, there are only 2 men. I would like to conclude by saying Chinese women are diverse, colorful, and full of passion. This is perhaps the real reason why women in China have been able to make such an impact on colored gemstone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jing. It was great, your presentation. I've got the audience here. Does anybody have a question for Jing? Sorry, Jing, no questions for you today. Bye-bye, my lady, bye-bye. Okay, thank you so much. It was a great insight for those of you that don't understand the Chinese market, especially the emerging Chinese market in terms of creativity, design, and fashion. I think this was a valuable contribution for that understanding with a female perspective. Make sure you have those details on your mind and that you look up for this presentation later on. Very valuable information if you want to do business in China, and if you want to understand the emerging market in China.